The very dramatic Sister Wives mid-season trailer showed a crazy scene that I know we're all waiting to see. The clip of Robyn Brown in a hospital bed looked super intense, but why was she actually there? And guys, the real insane reasons why Robyn could have been hospitalized are just unbelievable. So much of what the mid-season trailer hinted at is going to be, outrageous. But I feel like we've been waiting forever to see the rest of Robyn's hospital situation, and there have been a few episodes since the trailer was released, so, there's been plenty of time to speculate why Robyn was there, and you're never going to believe the bizarre theories about what could have possibly happened. So, before Robyn was shown in the hospital bed, there was a clip of her talking about COVID, and she revealed that even though they've been following all the protocols, somehow COVID still got to them, and as crazy as that is, what Cody confessed during the trailer made the situation seem even more shocking. So Cody mentioned that he was sitting with Robyn and wondering if she was going to live. Now, while I truly hope that Robyn ended up fully recovering and doesn't have any lasting effects, Cody's dramatic remark kind of threw me for a loop. I mean, if Robyn really was in the hospital because of COVID, which is honestly pretty likely, there are some things that I just don't think make much sense, especially when you factor in Cody's comment about Robyn fighting for her life. I mean, this is all just sounding a little odd. So from the outside looking in, and based on what's, been said about the show, Robyn appears to be pretty healthy. For most middle-aged women without major health issues, there isn't usually a need to be admitted to the hospital. So what was she really doing there? Now, I'm not trying to downplay COVID because I know it is genuinely concerning health issue, and a lot of people did lose their lives because of it. But from my understanding, I don't think it's common for relatively healthy people like Robyn to end up needing hospital admission or an emergency room visit because of COVID. And to be honest, I just thought the clip showing Robyn in a hospital bed was surprisingly confusing, and you'll never guess why, because if Robyn had been in need of critical medical care, I feel like there would have been some signs of that from what we saw in the trailer, and I could obviously be wrong, especially since we haven't seen the whole episode yet, but when Robyn said that she was sitting waiting to see the doctor, it didn't look like she was hooked up to any oxygen, and that's the only reason I thought the situation seemed totally strange. Sometimes when people are hospitalized with COVID, they end up needing special breathing treatments, and if their oxygen level is really low and they're really struggling to breathe, they may even, need to be put on a ventilator. But it didn't seem like Robyn was in need of anything that serious, and I also noticed a couple of other things that appeared to be super bizarre. So Robyn's jacket and bag were right next to her, which, kind of made it look like she probably wasn't expecting to be staying too terribly long, and she also didn't appear to be wearing a regular hospital gown either. So if Robyn didn't need help breathing on her own or any major antibody treatments, it seemed even weirder that she would be in the hospital. But a lot of viewers have speculated about a reason, that Robyn might have been at the emergency room, and it's kind of insane. So because of the Brown family's illegal polygamous lifestyle, it's possible that Robyn might not have health insurance, so she may just not have had any other option than going to the emergency room, and those departments are required to treat all patients even if they don't have health insurance. So, I mean, although it is pretty likely that there could have been another reason that Robyn was in the hospital and Cody was just playing up the situation, but surprisingly, there are some people that think there's a chance that TLC had a bigger role than usual in this one, and that's because a lot of viewers on the Sister Wives subreddit thought that maybe Robyn's hospitalization was a way to break up the storylines involving Christine's departure, and I guess it's always possible. I mean, that would give Cody an excuse for acting completely different than he did when Janelle had COVID, which was just so unbelievable. But one of the other discussions on Reddit that I thought was interesting was the difference between Janelle having COVID and Robyn probably having the virus, because Cody didn't, help Janelle at all when she was sick and wouldn't even go to her house for over a month after she recovered, and the contrast in his actions when it came to which family member was sick was honestly outrageous, because once again, Cody showed his favoritism for Robyn by going to the hospital with her, and even though that risked even more exposure, and this was just so crazy to me, especially since Cody and Robyn had both been freaking out over, for a year about their rules and quarantining, but that leads to another reason that Robyn might have decided to go to the hospital, And this one's kind of surprising. So it turns out that some people think that Robyn and Cody may have, played up her COVID hospitalization just to prove a point. And again, I don't mean to make light of the virus or anything, but it just seems so suspicious because, basically, mainly because Cody and Robyn are involved. And even if Robyn had really needed to get checked out by a doctor, I bet Cody would still have used the situation in a really shady way. I just wouldn't put it past Cody and Robyn to prove to the family that they were right about, taking the pandemic and their rules so seriously. And I'm sure that Robyn felt sick. And I know that COVID could be incredibly serious, but to tell you the truth, at least from what the trailer showed, Robyn didn't appear to be so ill that she would need to, emergency medical attention. And speaking of the COVID rules, Robyn said something that made me really curious, because in the trailer, Robyn had mentioned that COVID still got them, and despite following all the protocols, and the kids were doing online schooling, and Cody was neglecting the rest of his family so that he could quarantine with Robyn and her kids. So it makes me wonder how Robyn was exposed to COVID, and also if she forgot about something truly crazy, because just a few episodes back, Cody wasn't wearing a mask while he was officiating his friend's indoor wedding. And not only that, but he was dancing super closely with a lot of other people. And according to Cody and Christine's son Peyton, Cody hasn't gotten any of the COVID vaccines, but that's not the only way. It appears, that not all the protocols were followed, because since the big event was held 1,000 miles from Flagstaff, Cody obviously had to travel and interact with other people to get there, and there's a super strong chance that Cody was the one who got Robyn sick, and maybe that's when he got COVID too. He admitted that he'd gotten the virus in a pretty unexpected way. During a cameo that Cody made, he revealed that he recovered from COVID and was doing way better, and he could have just, shown his symptoms a little later than Robyn did. So I don't know about you, but the whole wedding situation doesn't sound like it matched up with Cody and Robyn's, COVID protocols at all. However, I will say maybe it wasn't Cody that gave Robyn the virus. She could have gotten it from someone else, and you'll never guess who else that could have been, because it's very possible that Robyn caught COVID from her nanny, who left the household daily. And still, despite all this, I do really hope that she was able to totally recover. Especially if what social media users are guessing could be true. There have been more and more people commenting on Twitter and Reddit about their concerns for Robyn's thyroid, and I don't think Robyn has ever outright confirmed that she had an underlying medical condition. However, if she does have an issue with her thyroid, that could have been a valid, reason for her needing extra medical care at the hospital. And if she had COVID on top of that, it definitely changes things. So if Robyn does in fact have a health condition, it's way more understandable that she would seek extra medical care, but it does still leave me wondering why she and Cody were making some of the choices they were. Like with him traveling and being unmasked, during the wedding, not to mention how much riskier this would make the whole nanny situation. But either way, if the speculations about COVID are true, I hope Robyn made a full recovery. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you guys think Robyn was in the hospital for? And what do you think about Cody's reaction to Robyn's hospitalization in the trailer? Guys, let me know in the comments down below.